We will discuss force and pressure. So, let us start. So, first of all, let us see what is force. Force is an external agent which changes or tends to change the state of rest or uniform motion in a body. It means that it is an external agent, external body or external something, okay, which if you are at rest, state of rest, when force is applied, you change your state of rest and come to motion. Or if you are in the motion, it can stop the motion, it can reduce the motion, speed of motion, or it can accelerate the motion. So, force is an external agent. What are the example of different type of force exerted on the body? Those are push, pull, friction, collision, magnetic force, gravitational force, electrostatic force. All these are the different type of forces. Then, now let us see when force is acting on a body. What is the effect of force on the body? So, as I told you, if body is at a state of rest, force is applied, it can start the motion. If body is moving, force is applied, it can stop the motion. Otherwise, we can say when we are accelerating or this motion of the body can be speed up, can be slow down. Okay, so those are the state change of the state of the body. Change the direction of motion. What is the change of direction of motion? For example, let us see. Here I am keeping a body. Okay, here force is applied in this direction. Force is applied this direction. So from here it is going to this direction or not? Okay, force is applied. I apply the force here, so it is going this direction. So here change the direction of motion. The simplest example you can take. A bowler is throwing the ball and batsman hits the ball. So ball moves in another direction. That is the change in the direction of motion. Then change of shape and size of the body. Let us take a sponge or foam. Squeeze it. What you will see? You will see its size and shape of the body, it changes. So all these are due to effect of force. Now let us see turning effect of force. What do you mean by turning effect of a force? The word itself turning. Turning means it is when force is applied on the body, it turns the body. So it is turning effect of force is the ability of force to make the body turn. And here one important thing is, let me take this is a body. Here it is a body. And I have pivoted a body, means I have kept it in this direction. Okay, so here what is that? I have kept the body like this. When force is applied on the body, see, force is applied on the body, body turns. It turns around the axis of rotation. This is that axis of rotation. So it turns like this. When force is applied, it can turn like this. So this is known as turning effect of a force. Okay, so here this is the fulcrum or this axis. For example, force is acting this direction. Okay, so body will move in this direction. If force is acting on this direction, body will move in this direction. So this is known as turning effect of a body. Let us take a screwdriver. Or I want to open this cap. What will I will take? So here I will turn it like this. Okay, this is also turning effect. If I will take for example a screwdriver, let me take. So let us see this one. Here it is. Something I want to turn. So here I want to turn it. Okay, see this one. Okay, so all these are the turning effect of. So taking a wrench or taking a screwdriver, opening the screw, all these are the turning effect, example of turning effect of a force. So here when we are discussing this, another the best example is seesaw. Here it can be taken a seesaw. Here let it be, it is at one point only, it is balanced at one point. Balanced here one point. One person is sitting here, another person is sitting here. This is the best example. So first of all, if this person not there, this can go down. If this person is not there, this can go this way. So there is a balance in this case. To maintain that balance, two persons are differently it is kept. So this is also another example of turning effect of a force. Now moment of force. What is moment of force? Here, when there will be a turning effect of a body on the rigid surface or rigid body, the turning effect of a force on a rigid body about the fulcrum, this is known as axis, is known as moment of force. So here, what can be taken? Let us take, this is that irregular shape body, and this one, it is the fulcrum. This one is the fulcrum or axis of rotation. Let O be the axis of axis of rotation. This otherwise known as fulcrum. Okay, so force is applied on the body. Here force is applied, and one thing remember, when we are applying the body, to get maximum moment of force, a perpendicular force should be applied on the body. So when force is applied on the body, here this will be the distance, this will be the force is acting on the body, this is the line of action of force, this will be the distance from the fulcrum to the force, this will be the distance, let this distance be r. Understood? So what we are getting, when force is applied the body moves in this direction. So what is this direction? This is anti-clockwise. Yes or no? So movement is now anti-clockwise. So this is known as anti-clockwise movement. Now if force is acting in this direction, this is force, what it will be? Body will move in this direction. Yes or no? So it is, body is moving clockwise. So this is known as clockwise movement. Here in moment of force, the concept of clockwise movement and anti-clockwise movement is very important. Okay, so here what is anti-clockwise? Is the clock, anti-clock. Opposite direction of the movement of clock is anti-clock, and the same direction of movement of clock is clockwise movement. Okay, so all these are about this moment of force. So how to calculate moment of force? Moment of force, it is the product of force exerted, here force is exerting on the body, and the perpendicular distance. Why it is perpendicular distance? Because this makes perpendicular to each other. This is the perpendicular distance between the point of force. This is the point of force and the fulcrum. This is the fulcrum. So this distance we have to take as perpendicular distance. Perpendicular distance is the distance between the fulcrum and line of action of force or the point of action of force. So r, it can be taken here at the perpendicular distance. And here the important thing, why we are taking the perpendicular distance? To get here perpendicular distance is taken to get maximum moment of force. This one is important. Okay, so here, can I rub it? Now, perpendicular distance is taken as the maximum moment of force. Okay. So now, here if I am taking moment of force, this one will be F because I have taken this one, perpendicular distance R. Or D also, whatever you have taken, that will be there. So what will be the unit of moment of force? This one. So now let us take moment of force is equal to force into distance. So this one equal to Newton into meter. So the moment of force can be represented, unit of moment of force is Newton meter. Okay, now let us see that what are the factors affecting moment of force. Moment of force depends on, here what are the things we have? We have two things only. One will be the force, magnitude of force, another is the perpendicular distance. So obviously moment of force depends on two things. One will be magnitude of force, how much force is applied, magnitude of force. Second one is perpendicular distance, depends on perpendicular distance. Okay, so distance from the fulcrum increases, moment of force increases. If this perpendicular decreases, then this moment of force also decreases. Both are directly proportional. Moment of force directly proportional to force, moment of force directly proportional to the perpendicular distance. Now let us see what is principle of moment. Before discussing principle of moment, let me take one example for it. Here, let me take this one. This is the scale I have taken and I want to balance this one on my finger. Okay. So, where my finger is there, this is the fulcrum. Yes. Now, let me apply the force here. It can be here. Let me apply the force. It can be. Now, let me think that one. Nothing is here and I am applying the force in this direction. See this one carefully, you see. Now we will go for the concept of this clockwise movement and anti-clockwise movement, which one is more important for us. So when force is applied on this direction, force is applied here, the body moves this direction or not? It means body moves in the clockwise direction. Yes. Now let us go for this. Let us see, here nothing is there and force is applied in this direction. When force is applied in this direction, it tends to move in that opposite direction, means this is anti-clockwise, where this one is clockwise. Okay. The same thing we will take, you will see here. Let this is one rod or something like that we are taking, and here in this case this is the fulcrum. Let this one will be O or F or whatever, because O, F we will not take because F1 F2 taken. No? Let us take O is the point here. Body is balanced. Here body is balanced. No force is acting on this one. Body is balanced. Okay. Now let me go for F1. F1 force is exerted on this direction. Till that time F2 nothing is there. So when force is exerted on F1, body will move in this direction. So it continues to move in this direction. So this one will be anti-clockwise movement. Understood? Now let us think. No F1 is here. Only F2 is acting on the body. If F2 is acting on the body, body will move in this direction. So this one will be the direction of motion. So this one will be clockwise movement. Yes. But when these two forces are acting on the body, the body is balanced or not? Body is balanced. Yes. Now let us see. This is fulcrum and this is the distance r1. From the application of force to the fulcrum, let this one will be r2. Understood? Now for me, what is the clockwise moment? Here, clockwise moment will be clockwise moment for me is equal to F2 into R2. Yes, here anti-clockwise moment for me is equal to F1 into R1. So principle of moments tells that in equilibrium, sorry. So principle of moments tells that one in equilibrium the sum of clockwise moment is equal to anti-clockwise moment. So now let me write the principle of moment state that in equilibrium, this one is important, in equilibrium total anti-clockwise moment is equal to total clockwise moment. So why this in equilibrium it is important for us? Because in equilibrium only, when body is at equilibrium, then this anti-clockwise moment will be equal to clockwise moment, then the body will be in equilibrium. That is why in equilibrium is important for us. Okay, so I hope you understand. This one will be R F1 anti-clockwise, R2 F2 clockwise. So here for us, let us take this one clockwise, anti-clockwise. Which one is anti-clockwise? F1 R1 is equal to F2 R2 in equilibrium. Okay, here we can take the symbol. I hope you understand this one. Let us go for some numericals here. Now let us take the numerical to solve. A nut is opened by a wrench of length 10 cm. If the least force required is 5 Newton, find the moment of force needed to turn the nut. Here, what is that length it is given? So we have taken R. So R equal to R or D or X, whatever it you can take. So this one equal to 10 cm. So 10 cm, we have to convert this one into meter. So this comes 1 by 10 or 0.1 meter. Then what is the force written? Force equal to 5 Newton. Okay, it is given here. Find the moment of force. So moment of force is equal to F into R. F equal to 5, R equal to 0.1. So this one equal to 0.5 Newton meter. Okay, so this one will be answer. Here is another numerical for moment of force. So here a boy weighing 600 Newton sits on the seesaw at a distance of 1.5 meter from the pivot or from the fulcrum. What is the force required at the other end 2 meter away to balance the seesaw? Let me draw the diagram here. Okay, let it is the seesaw. Here this is the fulcrum. A boy weighing 600 Newton sits on the seesaw at the distance 1.5. So let me take this one is 1.5 meter. This is the force here. Here this one it is 600 Newton. Okay. From the pivot, what is the force required at the other end 2 meter away? So let it be here. This one it is 2 meter. This distance it is 2 meter. What will be the force? Okay. So here we can write at equilibrium sum of clockwise movement is equal to sum of anti-clockwise movement. So what is the clockwise movement? This one will be the clockwise movement. Here for clockwise movement here, this one let it be x. Here f, let it be f1 r1 is equal to f2 r2. So f1 let it be f1, this one will be f2, this one will be r1, this one will be r2. f1 r1. So f1 it is asked to us. So x into 2 is equal to 600 into 1.5. So x equal to 600 into 15 by 10, let me take, divided by 2. So here this one equal to your 30, so 0.45. So this answer will be 450 Newton. So this other end is balanced to seesaw. What will be the force required? Force required equal to 450 Newton.